Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so we're going to do a little comparison today, and I'm also going to just kind of give you my thoughts about the EBR 75 FL10. Both these are tier 8s. This is the Lynx 6x6, and this is the new premium one that they've got the missions to where you can eventually get it for free, or as you work towards it can get it for a discount, or go out and buy it like I did today, because I just don't have the time to work on missions. I haven't been on tanks in like about a week, just busy. But anyways, so I had a couple people send me some messages just recently, and they said that I've been complaining and bitching a little too much in my videos. One guy said I could have had a 45-minute video done in what? No, guys. I'm sorry, some guy's driving with a flat tire, idiot. I could have had a 45-minute video done in 15 minutes if I weren't bitching so much. So I took the hint, so we'll try not and complain so much. But anyways, let's compare these two at tier 8s. I've ran the Lynx 6x6 several times in front lines. I do like it, but I think the EBR 75 FL10 does maneuver substantially better. I don't know if it's because it has 8 wheels versus 6, or I mean, I imagine that's what it is, but the EBR 75, when you're on a straightaway and the Lynx 6x6 on a straightaway, when I go to turn, leaving all the wheels down in the EBR 75, I can still make decent turns. Whereas in the Lynx 6x6, forget it. When I go to turn it, it's really hard to turn when you're, in that travel mode where you're, sorry guys, turn the air conditioner on, where you're hauling butt. As soon as you lift the wheels up, so you're not in that cruise mode, you're now in, I call it the attack mode, because that's where you can circle strafe somebody to death. The Lynx 6x6 seems to get, it's hard to control. It's like it almost feels like you're oversteering, whereas the EBR 75 seems like it steers really well. I just think between the two, controlling them, the EBR 75 hands down is way easier to control. So let's go over kind of the statistics of these. Armor on both of them, forget it. The EBR 75 does have 40, well, we'll just go over the armor real quick. 40 armor in the front, both the turret and the hull. So you can take HE shells to the front. Your sides, well, 16 on the side and 20 on the turret on the side. On the rear of the hull, you got 40, and on the turret, you got 20. So depending on where they hit you with an HE shell, it's not going to do as much damage as other areas. Like if they hit you in the front turret or hull, you're going to survive probably. Whereas if they hit you in the hull and the side, it's not going to end up well. Whereas with the Lynx 6x6, 13 all the way around on your hull and 13 all the way around on your turret, except for the turret has 16 in the front, and that's still pitiful. So if you get hit with an HE shell in the Lynx 6x6, it's going to pretty much decimate you. Average damage per shot is 240 in the Lynx and 175 in the EBR. But the EBR has an autoloader with 2 rounds, so you pump those rounds out really quick too. I think it's like within a second or a second and a half, you can empty your magazine. Average penetration on the Lynx is a little bit better at 182, 180 at the EBR 75. Rate of fire, basically your reload is 7.41 on this Lynx, and it's 11.31, but you get 2 rounds on the EBR. Gun traverse speed is quite a bit faster on the EBR, and you can feel the difference too, believe it or not. I mean, between 62 and 71, it is a substantial speed difference on those. Gun depressions, -8 on both, plus 15 on the Lynx and plus 12 on the EBR. May not sound like a lot, but there's times you got to shoot up on a hill. That little bit of a difference can make or break a shot that you can't take. Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like the load, that's weird. Rate of fire 11.3. Oh, 11.31 rounds a minute. Okay. So your load time is actually 9.11 seconds for 2 rounds, 1.5 seconds between shots, and 2 rounds in the magazine. Aim time is holy smokes fast. Now, the configuration I have between these is the configuration that you get when you get the EBR with Brothers in Arms. Now my Lynx 6x6, the crew is like 40% on the whole crew, but they don't have Brothers in Arms. But there was really no way I could take Brothers in Arms off the EBR to compare it. Even at just going like, I guess you could go 100% crew. But the problem I ran into is everybody's going to have Brothers in Arms on the EBR. Whereas with the Lynx, it depends on, if you've got a decent enough crew to throw in there. So I left it with the EBR with Brothers in Arms because that's the way everybody's going to get it. I don't want to compare oranges to apples, whereas, it's hard to explain, I guess. Well, no, I guess this is not hard to explain. Plain and simple. EBR 75 comes with Brothers in Arms. I'm not going to try and look at 2 tanks and handicap this one to make it more geared to this one, whereas everybody's going to have Brothers in Arms. So I am doing this with Brothers in Arms. It's just the settings that it's set up as. Okay, I could have probably said that a whole lot quicker, a lot shorter, so I apologize. Yeah, the aim time on the Lynx is 1.53, 1.1 seconds with the EBR. Fast. It is fast. Dispersion is 0.38 on the Lynx, 0.35 on the EBR. And the EBR's numbers are going to be better because of the Brothers in Arms. That really does make a substantial difference. Average damage per minute is 1944 on the Lynx and 1980 on the EBR. So not a huge average damage per minute. Survivability is 20 on the the Lynx, and 45 on the EBR. That's due to the fact that the EBR has armor. Not a whole lot, but it's got some. Mobility, 726 on the Lynx and 755 on the EBR. I think it's because, your engine power is almost, not quite double, but it's close. It's 15.2 tons, and you can get up to 17 tons, and the Lynx is a lot lighter at 8.51 tons. Seems like you would think, well, it's a lot lighter, should be a lot more maneuverable, but it doesn't have the big engine. It's only got a 285 horsepower, whereas the EBR has a 525. Specific power to weight on both of them are great at 33.49 on the Lynx and 34.54 on the EBR. Top speed on the Lynx is 58 kilometers top speed, and that's in what I call the kill mode. That's where you're able to circle strafe, and you got more maneuverability. And in reverse, it's 40. On the EBR, in the kill mode, it's 60 and 60, forward and reverse, which is really kind of nice. So if you got to stop and circle the other way around, you can get up to 60. You're not going to only do 20, and that's the same with your top speed. And that's the rapid mode. That's when you have all your wheels touching the ground and you're trying to, get from point A to point B as fast as possible. The Lynx is 80 in forward, 60 in reverse, and it's 80 and 80 on the EBR. I do like the EBR where it has the same speed for both forward and reverse. That is really kind of nice. Maximum wheel turning angle. This might also be why the Lynx doesn't seem to turn as good, because it's got 27 where the EBR has 33. That might be why the EBR seems to be able to turn a lot better. Switching into rapid mode, 0.1 second. As soon as you hit the button, you're in rapid mode. And same to go back into cruise mode. Concealment on both of them are actually very good. The Lynx is 21.81 sitting still, and 21.81 on the move. And it's the same with your EBR. It's like a light tank. You don't lose your camo setting still or moving. So it's 22.67 on setting still and 22.67 on the move. Spotting on both of them are pretty pitiful. The EBR is a little bit better because of the Brothers in Arms. So it's 377, 359 on the Lynx. and your radio range is 777 and 818, and again, it's probably up a little bit more because of having the Brothers in Arms on the EBR. If you get real close and you're trying to save some money, to be honest with you, the EBR, just from taking it out and running it through a test room, it is a lot easier to control than the Tech Tree one. But I'm also very close to getting the Tier 9, which then I get the extra wheels. So when I hit Tier 9, that might compensate for the turning radius, and maybe it'll handle a lot better. But as of right now, I'd say hands down the EBR 75 is the way to go. Try and get it down as much as you can, so you're not forking over your money to, World of Tanks, Wargaming, blah, blah, blah. But if you're like me, it's just not going to happen. I'm lucky I'm even able to get on today to do this review. And, to be honest with you, I really think the EBR 75 is worth it. But, again, try and get it down as much as you can so you're not paying $75 like I did. But, so that's kind of a preview review, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of gameplay here for you in a second so you can see how it handles out in a battle. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I will be right back. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here we are in Erlenberg in the new EBR 75 FL10. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you right now, straightforward, this is well worth it. I've got the Tier 8, the Lynx 6x6, and this thing by far outmaneuvers, better speed, forward and reverse, more maneuverability, faster aim time. You get 2 rounds in your magazine. They do only do, I think, average like 150, 175 average damage per shot, but if you penetrate both of them, that's over 300 damage, and bang bang, that quick. This is in the fast mode. You can tell when that's lit up in the center right there, and you can see this thing books right along. I mean, it is a little bit longer than like your Lynx 6x6, but it is about 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers faster. The problem you run into is when you get up into a position like this, it's great, but if you look where my circle is here for spotting, it's just past these houses over here. The spotting range on this thing really is pretty pitiful. So when I set this up, it does come with Brothers in Arms, which is nice, so that gives you a little bit better spotting range and whatnot. I did start out with a magazine with 2 premium, and then I go to standard. You can see it's blinking, so I didn't stay on standard rounds with this because I looked up and realized it's all pretty much Tier 8s and lower. So standard rounds should be able to go through a lot of the tanks in this match. Now the problem I run into is if you watch, I'm trying to turn left, and now this is in the fast mode, so I have trouble turning to the left. Now up here I take it out of the fast mode and go into, I call it killer mode, because you can circle strafe around stuff, and you can see that I'll have a lot better maneuverability. Now you can see it's not blinking right here. I'm out of that mode. Now the problem I run into is I'm watching these tanks here and I'm like, this isn't good. We get a shot off into the T-44. Second one did hit and didn't go through. We got hit by the MX-12, and this is where it really does great, is the circling. I did not take it out of the speed mode because I wanted to be able to get in and out of there quick. And when you're in the killer mode or the maneuverable mode, you lose a lot of your speed. It goes from like 80 to 60 kilometers an hour. So you can see I'm keeping it in the fast mode. This one's, oh, I didn't realize, look at my tire. So that's why it was really not running too well. But another thing I did notice when you're in this vehicle is when you get hit by pretty much anything, your wheels seem to get knocked out. You lose crew members really easy, but it's due to the fact that it has no armor. So I want to look at one thing. Was that a direct? I don't think that was a direct hit. It was almost a direct hit. Very close, and he hit me for 315. I don't think that was a direct hit, but it was really darn close. But did you see how close I got to the artillery before I spotted them? Again, that's where the view range on this, No, I was going to say that was probably him right there. But I got hit by the T-44-100. I don't know if that hits with heat, because that's usually a sign of getting hit with a heat shell. HE on this is usually like you get hit and it's purple. Yeah, so anyways, I think that round there was from the T-44 shooting premium rounds. But I did just go back to standard rounds on this a little bit ago. I only shot 2 premium. Once I realized that it's like all tier 8s and lower. So the M12 was directly in front of us, and we lock on him, and we get one shot into him here, and then somebody else finishes him off. I think it was our artillery, I'm not sure. I was like, wow, what the hell, why am I not moving? And I realized that the little red line was right there. So anyways, I'm looking, going, I've only done 852 damage. That's kind of pitiful. I want to get some more damage, so I figured I was going to go into the city and see what I could do to get more damage. And this is where I put it into the, I call it, like I said, the killer mode. And you'll see when I turn now how much of a difficult time I had trying to go down this alley right here. What I should have probably done is put it in fast mode, because look at this, I just keep swerving it, and just the littlest left or right move, and you really, I mean, it really whips you. So watch here, see, just the littlest turn. So I think, you know, in this vehicle particularly, I should have left it in probably the fast mode, because then it doesn't turn as fast, and I wouldn't have been doing those bad jerks. Oh, I did catch him on fire. Huh. So there, take that. I wasn't watching this Hellcat right here. I was fixed on these guys over here. I get a shot into the Progetto here, and he gets a shot into me, but that Hellcat comes up behind me here in a second. Thought I was going to get a shot into that T-43 there, but he was zinging along, and then the Hellcat was right in front of me. So I had too much going on around me. I had a tank here, here, and here, and I was the only one here. So yeah, I didn't pay enough attention, but we go on to win this match. So yeah, good kudos to the team for winning this one. But yeah, this one is definitely my favorite so far of the wheeled vehicles, the EBR 75. Definitely well worth it. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some results for this one, and then I'm going to take the Link 6x6 out and show you that one, so you can see the difference between the premium wheeled vehicle and a Tech Tree wheeled vehicle. But you'll have to understand too, the other one is a 6x6. It's not an 8x8 like this. So it just seems to be a lot harder to control the Link 6x6, which is also a tier 8. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so that was the very first match I've had in the EBR actual battle. I took it out into a test room with a buddy of mine, just to take it around a little bit, see how it maneuvers. And you can obviously see when I was going through the city there, I had a hell of a time controlling it. You can hear the tires, and I'm just kind of look like a ping pong ball going between the buildings there. Because what I probably should have done is put it in the actual mode where all the tires were hitting the ground. Then I wouldn't have been so jerky turning. Unfortunately, at the end there, a Hellcat took me out. I guess I wasn't paying good enough attention. But anyways, not bad. All in all, we got a WN8 of 1907. At the beginning there, I was trying to get some spotting for the team, but this thing is not really meant to stop. You want to keep on going. But after I saw those two spotted, I'm thinking, yeah, with getting spotted like those two, there, you know, there's more coming that way or sitting in the tree line. And sure enough, there was some tank destroyers. Artillery hit me right face on. I'm surprised that didn't decimate me. I'm pretty sure that was a direct hit. But anyways, so we hit the Progetto. Oh, and I did shoot 2 premium rounds and then swapped over to standard and left it on standard. And that was at first because it was a Progetto and I think it was a Panther or something, a T-44 over there, some stuff with a couple things with decent armor. But we hit the Progetto for 147, and obviously you can see, it hits pretty low, but you get 2 shots. The T-44-100, we put 2 shells in him for 343. Knocked out his gunner, bounced around from him, and I don't know if that was a bouncer, if he hit my tire, almost a track. He might have hit my tire, knocked it out, I'm not sure. We'll look in the details if I actually did bounce around here in a minute, because it just says non-penetrating. It just it doesn't say anything about an amount. Like it'll say bounce, 340 damage or whatever. The Panther M10, 2 rounds into him for 350, and knocked out his track. The M12 artillery hit him for 159, and he got hit for the remaining of his health there for 191. And I was almost on top of him when he got spotted by me. And the KV-2, we put 2 rounds in him for 358, and knocked out his fuel tank, and then I'm surprised we didn't light him on. Well, we did light him on fire. He must have had an automatic fire extinguisher. It went right out. But you can see where, 2 rounds, 2 rounds, 2 rounds. Both those rounds in the magazine, I was able to put them into those vehicles. The in-between shots is 1.5 seconds. I wish it were a second, but 1.5 still isn't bad. We did second most damage at 1357, which that's really nothing to write home about. The experience on that was 547. Progetto had a real hell of a good game. 5 kills, wow. 5 kills, and he only did 1671 damage. He must have been just finishing stuff up. But we had 13 shots, 11 hit, 8 pen. So we still had 2 rounds of bounce, and it was mainly, I think it was all 8s and lower. I don't think there was any. I'll have to look here real quick. Was there anything? That's an 8. Oh yeah, that wasn't all tier 8 battle. Wow, we got lucky. But we did 1357 damage. We got hit 4 times, 2 pen. So we did bounce 1 round. That might have been into the tire though too. And we got hit for splash damage, so that was not a direct hit from artillery. He must have hit really freaking close to me though. Spotted 1, damage 5, destroyed 0. Damage with our assistance was 191. And from shooting all but 2, all standard rounds except for 2 premium, we made 48,999 credits. Pretty darn good. So that is the new EBR 75. I like it. Does take some getting used to, as you could see when I was in the city driving. Takes a little bit of getting used to. But yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll take the Panhard AML Link 6x6 out so you can see the difference in those. If I don't hit the stop recording button, you can see the difference in speed and agility between this and the Lynx, where I was telling you the EBR 75 was a lot better. So you're going to hold on for a minute. I'll be right back with that for you, so hold on a second. Alrighty, so here we are in Studansky, I think that's how you pronounce the map, in the Lynx 6x6. We are bottom tier, and top tiers are tier 9s. Basically it was, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tier 9s, and the rest were tier 8s. Right off the bat, I told everybody, I said I'm going to shoot over to this area here, and I was kind of reversing the map. I actually honestly thought I was heading to this side. I haven't had this map a whole lot of times yet, and I should have looked right here, and I would have realized if I go up this way that I kind of get stuck in a situation where I can't go up here, because the amount of enemy vehicles that come into this area, you'll see. So what I should have actually done is gone this way, and I could have probably worked in and out of the buildings and not got stuck kind of where I did. So anyways, here we go. And nothing to write home about on this battle. We do go on to win this, but I swap it into super fast mode, so we're almost up to 80 kph. And the fun thing with these vehicles are when you hit jumps. Yeehaw! You gotta watch because you can flip them real easy too. So what I'm doing is heading up here, and you can see that my team did listen. Everybody got a lot of people heading this way to cover me. But the problem I run into is I get stuck right here. with the amount of vehicles that are coming over this way, I get up here and I was trying to get a shot off without getting myself stuck out there too far. And then I see the Bat Chat and I'm like, oh crap. And that Bat Chat just got melted. He got his top popped. But that's because I got 2 artillery, medium, tank destroyer. So I had a lot of people covering me, which was nice. Like I said, though, unfortunately, I was thinking I was going on the other side of the map. And if you look at the map right now, I got an STRV S1 sitting there. Waffle PZ4 somewhere over here now. A T30, 112, and there's still more stuff moving into here. So what happened was I just really did go to the wrong side. I should have actually gone to the other side of the mini-map. Not mini-map. I was trying to get up here enough to where I could spot people, but then I was getting hit by an STRVS1. Was that the ST? No, that was a Ravioli. I'm sorry, it was the M4 A1 Ravioli. As you can see, I'm getting out spotted by medium tanks and stuff because the view range on this thing really does suck. What you need is you want to really use your speed, but I got myself in a position where I really couldn't use my speed. And then here in a minute, I almost pooped myself. So now I get hit for the by the Bat Chat artillery, which barely, I mean, you can see a hit right here. But that was enough to knock 143 health. And you only get 920 hit points in this. So you don't have a lot going around. We did put a round through the front of the low, but that's because I'm shooting premium rounds, which bumps you, I think it's 220. I'm almost positive. 220. 223. So my crew's stunned, and my wheels are bent. And then I back into the T-54. You know, he probably came over there to help me, but when you're trying to back out of the way with this one of these things, and I screwed up and I had it in fast mode, I couldn't get my tires to move enough to be able to go, you know, jank around, you know, make a quick turn around this guy and get around him. I was in fast mode, so, well, you'll see what happens, and it ain't good, I'll tell you that much. And boom. Rammed to death. Actually, that's interesting. Very interesting, because the damage I received, okay, the T-34 hit me for 253. No, I hit him. And then GW Tiger P, it shows that he killed me, but this 381, I believe, is ramming damage from the T-34-3. It wasn't me ramming him, because I mean, you don't ram stuff in these wheeled vehicles. I'm almost 99% sure that T-34-3 actually should have got the kill, but they gave it to the GW Tiger P artillery. I don't know. Kind of weird to me. I mean, in the last round, or the last thing that hit me was this T-34-3 when he rammed me. But if the T-54 wouldn't have been there when I went to back up, I might have been able to back up behind this rock, but I rammed, you know, backed into him not knowing he was right there. And, you know, kudos on his part for coming over to help me. He was the only one that did. I mean, we got tank destroyer, we got a low way back here, and we got a bunch of people right here, so at least somebody came to help me. Unfortunately, you got to watch it, though. You don't want to get hit with this, because that's what happens. You just get annihilated. So, not anything too impressive on this match to show. Did do a nice wheelie off over the railroad tracks, but you can see that this does not have the spotting capability. When I'm being outspotted by you know, the Ravioli there, that's what, tier 8. I think it's a medium. It's not a tank destroyer. It's got, I think it has a tank destroyer gun. Yeah, there it is, Ravioli. So yeah, it's just it's a tier 8 medium tank. But yeah, so anyways, that's the 6x6. What the hell is this thing called? Lynx, I think. Yeah, the Lynx 6x6. Forgot what it was called. And just wanted to compare it to the new tier 8 premium that you can try and win for free. And this one here, just like I said, I really prefer the other one over this, just hands down. But yeah, anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you, and I hope this really kind of helped you guys see that the other one is the 75, EBR 75, I think is what it is definitely worth the work to get it if you're working on trying to get it for free. If you're going to pay for it, try and get it down as much as you can, because as you do the missions, it goes down like 10% or something. But if you're like me, you just got to basically buy it outright because you don't have time to do the missions. So anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be right back. Well, it wasn't an amazing, awesome battle, but, yeah, well, I've never claimed my fame to be in light tanks, and basically wheeled vehicles are light tanks, too. I mean, it didn't do too bad for the problem I ran into, and I don't play light tanks enough to know really good positioning on the map. I pre-told the team I was going to kind of go to the northwest area. Excuse me, when I got over there, I saw T-30, low, 112, bunch of stuff coming right up to those buildings. I'm like, oh, I went to the wrong side. I wanted to go actually to the south side. It gives you more area of maneuverability. And so I kind of screwed up going to that side because I got myself stuck where if I did try and push up over that hill where I ended up getting killed, I'd have been just like shooting, fish in a barrel. There were so many tanks sitting there that I just wouldn't have been able to make any headway going forward other than I would have died. Plus there was a couple tanks directly in front of me, which I can't remember what one, T-34-3 something came up over the hill. Actually that Batchat 12T came over the hill, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's going to clip out on me. He ended up getting ammo racked, so that saved my keister there. But then the T-34-3 come rolling over the hill. I got one shot into him, and I didn't realize that the T-54 on my team came over to help me, but I backed right into him. It didn't do any damage because I caught myself quick enough. As I backed up, I saw him. I'm like, oh crap. So I went forward, but I was already in the racing mode, or whatever you want to call it, because I was going to try shooting forward as quick as I could. So I couldn't turn. So I tried to turn as sharp as I could, and like this one here is where I was telling you this one doesn't turn even close to as good as the EBR 75. So as I went forward, I kind of pushed right into the T-34-3 and ended up getting killed. I don't know if it was from ramming into him or him ramming into me, obviously, or if it was an ammo shot from him. I think he was the one that killed me. Let us see. Destroyed by PM6. Oh, so it wasn't even him that killed me. It was... Oh, I got artillery. Oh, and that's what I was telling you. This thing, I didn't realize it was artillery that finished me off. With such a little amount of armor on this, artillery just decimates you, and obviously you could see that because that's what killed me. I thought it was actually the 34-3 here that got me. But anyways, so we ended up getting a master gunner, fire for effect. We hit the Waffle PZ4 for 259. Knocked out his commander, the 112. We hit him for 209. Knocked out his track. He got hit for 125 upon his spotting. The low, I was shooting premium rounds. I'll tell you that right off the bat. When I saw that this was a tier 9 match and I saw it was on the enemy team, if I would have been trying to shoot the low, any of these basically, and I've learned this from front lines, that the Lynx struggles, which obviously the EBR is going to too, when you're shooting standard rounds at the front of anything. It really struggles to go through. It does not have the oomph to go through a lot of stuff through the front. Sides, yeah, like I hit the 112 in the side, went right through them. I was shooting premium rounds, and I did go through the lows front end for 211. The T-34-3 come up over the hill. I hit him for 253. He got hit for 266 upon a spotting, and then he ended up getting wiped out. And the Batchat 12T, we spotted him. He got hit for 289. He ended up getting his top pop there, but we originally spotted him too. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 most damage. Didn't break 1,000, but I think we at least did our hit points and damage, didn't we? 920, and I did 932. So I at least did my hit points and damage, so yay. And base experience on that was 538. We had 4 shots, 4 hit, 4 pen. Total damage was 932 from a distance more than 300 meters, 259. We got hit, wow, 1 time? Oh, wow. So Artie really messed me up, because it looks like I got hit twice due to splash damage from artillery, and then 1 hit penned us, and I'm going to really have to watch the replay. I wonder if it was artillery. How many artilleries were on each side? 1. It's just 1, right? 1. Oh, 2. We had 2. GWS 1. Oh, in the bat chat, 155. So, obviously, the artillery player on the enemy team knew that this thing has absolutely no armor, so he did the right thing. When you're in artillery, your biggest threat is a light tank, or now these wheeled vehicles, because they're fast. They can get to you quick, so you need them gone. Obviously, he took the right choice and knocked me out. I really thought I got hit by a tank, but maybe I did. It might have been all artillery. I'll have to really pay attention during the replay. We damaged 4, destroyed 0, and damage with our assistance was 680. And we lost 4,447 credits, and that was due to the fact that I shot all premium ammo. Yeah, 182 standard pen. It would have really struggled with what the enemy team had, especially over there. Given some of the stuff I was getting side shots on. I can't remember if I did switch it to standard. I think I left it on premium. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I did leave it on premium. But we'll just watch... you know, comparison wise though, I know this one really didn't give you a lot of maneuvering and driving around. It kind of got stuck in that one spot, but just from personal experience, I'm telling you guys, between the two, this one here is definitely the way to go. If you can get this this little bad boy, it's just way more maneuverable. It maneuvers a lot easier. I like the gun a little bit more. It's got 2 less pen on your standard, but you got 2 rounds, bang bang, so you can, you know, basically do 100 or 300 damage in just a matter of 1.5 seconds. So I just really recommend this one over the Tech Tree one. Now, when I get to the Tier 9, it might be a different story. The Tier 9, well, obviously it's going to be a Tier 9, where this is a Tier 8, but they do have the same kind of setup with the wheels, 8x8, same kind of turret, same body style. So the Tier 9 might be a whole, you know, different ball of wax. It might just be a way better vehicle than the Tier 8 was. And like I said, I think a lot of it's because this says 6 wheels, so you don't and plus it doesn't have a good, we'll say, wheel traverse. You know, it doesn't have a lot of turning radius for left and right. So it makes it a lot harder to do what you need and want to do. But anyways, I hope this kind of helped you guys. You know, basically I was making this more for the EBR 75 for the people that are trying to get it with a mission, so I can give them a peace of mind to let them know, hey, yeah, it's definitely worth you know, doing the missions to get it. In the long run, it is. It really, I do like this vehicle a lot more than the Lynx 6x6 by far. So if you're doing the missions, you know, keep it up. Keep up the hard work. It's well worth it in the long run. I wish I had the backing of World of Tanks to give some of these away or something. That'd be kind of nice. Maybe one day I'll become a community contributor and they'll, you know, deem me worthy to make videos for them, even though I've got like almost 500 videos out there for all basically World of Tanks. But anyways, till then, you never know. But yeah, so you guys take it easy, be safe. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Alright, and one last thing I forgot I was going to mention. I'm hoping maybe World of Tanks will see this. I doubt it, but you know, you never know. If Wargaming is watching this, I would hope that, you know, when you look at your vehicles, this is no dated as a light tank. I think what they should do is, you know, you got your artillery, you know, tank destroyers, heavy tanks, medium tanks, light tanks. I think they ought to do like maybe like a 0 or a different thing, so it's when it's spotted on the map, you know, artillery or somebody else in another wheeled vehicle will know, hey, that's a wheeled vehicle. It's not a light tank, it's a wheeled vehicle. I need to chase that down. Or, you know, when artillery sees this, they don't know if it's a light tank or a wheeled vehicle, and you know, knowing that it's a wheeled vehicle will help artillery, even though I don't really want to help artillery, but it'll help artillery know, hey, you know, that's a wheeled vehicle, I really want to try and get that thing taken out. So I wish they would give it a different designator than a light tank. You know, make like a 0 or whatever they, you know, want to, so that we know that there's a difference between a light tank and a wheeled vehicle. I think a circle would be perfect. But on the mini map, that would help everybody, you know where their wheeled vehicle is, because you look now and you just think it's a light tank. You don't know that it's a wheeled vehicle that has no spotting range or whatever, or it's really fast to get in and out. You know, it would just be nice to be able to look at a mini map and say, oh, that's a wheeled vehicle, that's not a light tank. So maybe we'll get lucky. Wargaming will see this video, or somebody will, you know, push it to them to say, hey, you know, can you give it a different, you know, icon, so that we know the difference between a light tank and a wheeled vehicle. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.